Welcome to the InfusionSoft. Before we get started in the practical application of building your machine inside of InfusionSoft, I want to cover some overarching logic or theory about the difference of InfusionSoft versus just email service providers. See, Infusion is way more than just your email service provider, and if it's not, you're kind of in the wrong place. You should not be using Infusion only to send email. If you have an Infusion account and you're using something else for processing your orders and for some of the other functions that Infusion is made for, then you should probably look at switching things around a little bit, either using InfusionSoft for everything or using something else for processing your orders. But it's not what this video is about. What I want to show you is some of the tags and some of the hierarchy that you need to set up in your account to make sure that the machine works inside of Infusion's platform. Because InfusionSoft is not list-centric. So let me qualify that for a second. If you're using an Aweber or an iContact or a GetResponse or any traditional email service provider, everything in their logic is going to be based on lists. So what list is this person on? If they go to this list, what should I do about this list? InfusionSoft does not have lists. InfusionSoft is contact-centric, okay? So the way that we migrate and move people through the machine in InfusionSoft is by the application and removal of tags. So there are a few tags that I'm going to recommend that you have in your InfusionSoft account to make the machine function, okay? You can see over here that these are categories of tags. The WP Infusion is our category of tag for member access. All right, this means that they had a payment failed. This means that they should have access. Payment failed, access, payment failed. See, that's pretty transparent. This is a prospect tag. So this is lead magnet centric. So someone came in and opted in and started into the machine for the 212 blog post ideas. This is a tag that I'm not going to want to remove because it's going to tell me that this person has already opted in for this. They may not have bought, but they've already opted in to receive this lead magnet. So I know what they came in on from an interest level, but I also know that more than likely they opted in here, but they didn't buy here. Okay, if they bought here, they would have this tag. So if I decided to send an engagement series out to my lists, my segmentation bucket about either the first 1,000 execution plan on how to launch your blog and get your first 1,000 subscribers, or the 212 blog post idea lead magnet, if my contact had either of these, I would suppress them from that series because they either already opted in or they already bought. So they wouldn't be relevant or they would not be suited to receive that because chances are they're not going to opt in or buy again. And if they do, they're either going to not buy if they opted in and already said no, or if they do buy and they've already purchased, they're going to ask for a refund and it may make you look a little silly. So you would use these to negatively suppress. But that's on a very specific funnel. Okay, that's a very specific campaign within the machine. What about your overarching campaigns, right? What if you have multiple campaigns? How do you use InfusionSoft and make sure that if someone is in a series, any series in the machine, that they're not receiving your broadcast mails? You do it through these tags. So these tags are in an email category, which I believe you're going to have to create as a tag category. It takes about 2 seconds, nothing to freak out about. In fact, I could do it right here by clicking Add Tag, and then if the category does not exist, which I've already created that, I would just type in the category here and the tag name here and a description, right? Not difficult. But I have created these tags. And what happens is, and you'll see this in the coming videos, throughout the machine as someone moves forward and either takes action or doesn't, as they're moved from an engagement series to an ascension series back to the segmentation series, and heaven forbid, the segmentation series into a re-engagement series, these tags are added or removed. So you'll see we have in an engagement series, in an ascension series, in re-engagement series, in the indoctrination series, or indoctrinated. So this one's a little different, and we'll jump into that in the first video. But basically, so you understand the way that this logic would work, if I wanted to send a broadcast to my list, my quote-unquote list, in InfusionSoft, what I would do is go and I would say, I want to do a contact search for all contacts. Then I want to exclude contacts that have the tag in an engagement series, in a re-engagement series, in an ascension series, in an indoctrination series. Then, if I'm doing a broadcast for a flash sale for the first 1,000 subscribers execution plan, I would also want to exclude buyers of that. Okay? This is how we make sure that we're triggering the segmentation series to the right people in InfusionSoft. It's all about tags and the application and removal of. And I'll show you individual and specific ways that we apply and remove tags throughout one of our real-world examples of the machine built completely in InfusionSoft.
But we're going to go in and we're going to first look at how to put a subscriber into multiple lists, even though, again, InfusionSoft doesn't really have lists. I'm still going to kind of stick with that vernacular for now. Then how to move a contact or a subscriber into an engagement series or an ascension series, how to move a contact or subscriber into or back into your broadcast list. So we're going to cover all of the same stuff that we cover in the other platforms. So let's go ahead and start out with how to add a subscriber to multiple quote-unquote lists inside of InfusionSoft.